At Ikaya Youth Project, we believe in making meaningful music that matters. We believe in making this meaningful music because, no doubt, we're challenged.
All right, y'all, let's get it started.
At Ikaya Youth Project, we believe in making meaningful music that matters. We believe in making this meaningful music because, no doubt, we're challenged every day in the world. Somewhere today, there's someone who is suffering in silence because of a mental or behavioral health challenge. Somewhere today in the world, there's a mother, there's a father, there's a family who is crying because of the loss of a loved one, because of violence on the street. Somewhere today in the world, there's some young person that's going to be incarcerated because of the school-to-prison pipeline. Somewhere today in the world, there's a young person that's being abused and possibly re-abused by the very system that has been designed to protect them. So we believe at Ikaya that we can make a difference. And we can make a difference because we believe that this is a movement. And we are not moment leaders, but we are movement leaders. So we are asking you today to join the movement. We're asking you to become visible, to become vocal, and to become vigilant. Because we believe at Ikaya Youth Project that there is help, there is hope, and there is healing. So I encourage you today to stand up. Stand up for what is right. Stand up for justice. Stand up for love. Stand up for change. Stand up for peace. For we are the ones we've been waiting for. Put your fists in the air. Put your fist in the air.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be my neighbor? This is Darrin L. Harris. Yes, yours truly, Darrin L. Harris, and it is truly a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I just wanted to come before you guys really briefly. Of course, we're doing some testing and some research on all of this new software. I'm just excited about what's coming up in the Own the Room speaker training. We got some great things that's going to be, of course, we're going to be gathering. But before I go any further, I have a free ebook that I want you to have. A free ebook We should just call it a free book. I have a free book. Yes, I have a free book at www.darrinlharris.com. I wrote it just for you. A free ebook just for you. So I want you to get that. And it's at www.darrinlharris.com. I have a free ebook. I have some other great resources there as well. We're doing some updates and some upgrades to the website. But for now, just work with me, not against me. We got some great things there. And also, I have another book. There it is right there. It's called Living Life, Leaving Legacy. You can get that on Amazon. I actually have a few copies, and we're just slashed the price to 50% from what Amazon charges. And so for $7, I'll just go ahead and give you a signed copy. But you have to go to info@darrinlharris.com. That's info@darrinlharris.com. I want to just give that to you right here. You know, I want to give it to you 50% off. And then I'm giving you this book here. So it's a free ebook at www.darrinlharris.com. So before I go any further, I want to say happy birthday to Waterboy. Let me go ahead and go and get a water here. It's naturally organic, my boy Jordan. Thank you so much for this. Jordan Dukes. This is naturally organic. It is alkaline water. So I just wanted to go ahead and give a shout out and say happy birthday to you. Little brother, happy birthday. I wish you many, many more. And so I'm going to be sipping on my alkaline water. He says it cures everything. Good. So y'all look him up, Jordan Dukes, naturally organic, and you can go to www.naturallyorganicu.com. Once again, www.naturallyorganic, watch this, you. Yes, naturally organic you. So I'll be sipping a little bit of this as we go through. But once again, this is Darrin L. Harris. And thank you so much for joining. Whether you're joining me on Facebook, whether you're joining me on my public page, my private page, or you're on YouTube, or whether you're on Instagram, or Periscope, or Twitter. Because we're on all that stuff, y'all. We're on all that stuff. And here's what we know. If you expect people to buy what you have to say, you got to own the room. Yes, you do. You got to own the room. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and remember, I am your friend. And I just wanted to briefly talk to you guys about the power of creating a big opener. Like, I do a lot of presentations, you know, and I've been posting some of those presentations. And some of the things that you don't see is like the beginning, right? A big opener. And before I even go further, look, there's some interesting statistics that I was looking at. I got to share this with you guys because it really it blew my mind. It says, according to research, our attention span remarkably has decreased in the last 15 years. The average attention span, watch this, in 2000 was 12 seconds. The average attention span in 2015 was 8.25 seconds. Now, here's an interesting fact. This is going to blow your mind. This is an interesting fact. It says, scientists reckon we now have a shorter attention span than a goldfish. A goldfish. Watch this. The average attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. You don't even have the attention span of a goldfish. And so that's why I really wanted to talk about the power of a big opener. Look, we got to have a big opener. You got to get people's attention as soon as you get in. Like, I have many different ways. And so I say I don't broadcast those because, you know, once we get beyond COVID-19, and we want to pray for those and keep in mind those that who have suffered and those who have lost their lives to this dreadful virus. And so we're going to continue to keep you lifted up. But you drink some alkaline water because it's good for you. It's good for your soul, right? Right, Jordan Dukes? It's Naturally Organic You, www.naturallyorganicu. He has all kind of bottles there, and I drink it all the time. I make my coffee with it. I do everything with it. I even take a bath in it. It's good. So, Naturally Organic You. So, www.naturallyorganicu.com. You can check him out and check out his stuff. So, happy birthday, Jordan. Definitely appreciate everything that you do, and thank you for always supplying me and all my friends with this great alkaline water. It's good for your soul, good for your heart. All right. So, you know, since y'all have the attention span of a goldfish, I got to help and get through I need at least about 7 of the seconds. So I talk about this big opener, and many times when I'm doing presentations, and I have, of course, this slide up here, people don't know that it takes a lot of work. Like putting a presentation together. The reason why it looks so easy, or I make it look so easy, is because I work so hard. Like, there are specific techniques and strategies. There are things that you just have to do in order to be a great presenter. Look, I'm showing you right here. Like, this was maybe a 5-minute speech. All of that. There's stuff behind me. There's stuff on the wall. There's stuff on the ceiling that you can't even see. Stuff all spread on the bed. But it takes work. And when you are creating presentations, one of the most powerful things that you could ever do, because remember, human beings have the attention span of a what? Less than a goldfish. So probably of a gnat. A gnat. Smack that. So it's really important. It's going to be really important that if you're going to be a great presenter, if you're going to be a presenter that understands that if you expect people to buy what you have to say, then you must own the room. You must own the room. I'm going to brand that one. Own the room. Yes, we got to own the room. And a part of owning the room is right at the beginning with your opener. So you got to have a big opener. I always talk about having a big opener. Many times what I like to do is I'll start off with one of my videos, and I have several of those. Sometimes, and you guys have heard my theme song that was written, produced, and performed by the wonderful producer, Travis Malloy. I want to give you a shout out. Travis Malloy, thank you so much for writing Living Life, Leaving Legacy. That's a part of my brand now, and I love that theme song. I love that theme song, and it talks about so much, and you can actually hear it on Apple, on iTunes, and so it's a great song. But you'll hear it most likely on every video that I do. Just about every video I do, I try to implement my theme song. So that's usually a big opener for me too. And I'll play the theme song, and then I'll walk on stage. One of the best big openers that I love to do is, they'll play my video, and then the theme song is playing with the video, and then I'll have a microphone. Usually I use a headset, and I come from the back of the room or behind the curtain, but I'm never already on stage. That's the one thing I never do. So I might be sitting next to someone in the audience. Like if it's a room of maybe 500 to 1,000 people, usually I'm right in the middle of the crowd, sitting right next to someone who is completely oblivious. And if they're not oblivious, they're like, why are you sitting here? It's a big opener. It gets people's attention. That's what you want to do. You got to get their attention. Why? Because human beings have the attention span less than a goldfish. And so it's going to be really important. If you're going to be a presenter, if you're going to be a great presenter, you have to understand that if you expect people to buy what you have to say, you got to own the room. And so there are other different ways that I teach in the Own the Room training, how you can create this big opener. I talk about, giving a quote. Good, better, best. Never settle for anything less until your good becomes better and your better becomes what? Your best. Things like that. Or asking a question. We talk about how to ask great questions in presentations. Like, have you ever thought what the world would be like if the earth stopped spinning? So these are some of the things that would be mind-boggling and mind-blowing. So you can ask a question, but you can also tell a story. I believe like one of the most powerful things to do is to tell a story. Because a story is a thing that connects people together. It's a story that brings people together. And here's what I know. In story, what's going to be really important to understand is that tension makes people pay attention. Let me say that again. Tension makes people pay attention. And so when you're telling a story, you tell a story, you can bring in some tension, you can bring in some humor, you can bring in something that is relatable, right? Because that's what makes people connect. I have a really great friend, his name is Jonathan Sprinkles, and Jonathan Sprinkles says that points are powerful, but connection is key. You want to make that connection. So, I was thinking the other day, when I was growing up, one of the things, I just loved my grandmother. Like my grandmother was just a very, very influential person in my life, very powerful, very stern, very strict. But I knew she loved me, and I loved her too. And I wasn't the type of child that really played with a lot of the kids. I didn't do a lot of that. But one of the things I did really well was I hung around adults. And, you know, sometimes as a child, sometimes you'll hear something that like you're not supposed to hear. Well, it always happened because I was always around my grandmother. I just loved my grandmother. Like I love my grandmother, you know, and some of you can relate to that. Like, grandmothers are wonderful. But every now and then there was something that I wasn't supposed to hear. And whenever it was something that an adult said or something about something only adults should know, my grandmother would quickly look at me after she heard it, and that she would stare me right in the eyes. And then she would give me that famous finger, not that finger, this finger. Y'all be thinking all kind of stuff. My grandmother would look me right in the eyes and she would give me this finger. And then she would turn it around and she would do this. And I already knew what that meant. And I would, you know, I already heard something that I wasn't supposed to hear. And then she'd make me come over to her. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'll get real close. And I'm like scared. I'm getting closer to my grandmother. And then she'll grab me right underneath my arm. And she'll squeeze real tight. I mean, like, like real tight. And then my grandmother would say to me, as she'd look at me straight in the eyes, she would say to me with her finger pointed, "You bet not say nothing." The power of story. My point is this, right? Points are powerful, but connection is key. And it's really important when you can tell a story, right, and make it relatable. You know, I bet many of you thought about your grandmother, or you thought about someone who was like Big Mama, or somebody influential in your life, or you thought about maybe when you heard something that you wasn't supposed to hear, and somebody said, "You bet not say nothing," and you thought about a time when maybe you were afraid. See, that was the connection. That was the connection. And so I talk about that in the Own the Room speaker training, and how you can make that connection with people through story, but you can also tell jokes. Now that's a sticky one. You better be funny. You better be funny. And if they don't get it, you can make that funny. You know, and so there are different ways in which you can do that. Some people, they choose to tell poems. But I did it with you guys in the beginning of this particular broadcast. Did you notice? I use one thing that I teach in the Own the Room speaker training. It's statistics. Statistics. Did you know? Did you know that the attention span of a human being? So even though I'm talking about the attention span, it got your attention. Why? Because attention makes people pay what? Attention. So y'all probably felt some kind of way when I said that humans have the attention span, will have less of attention span than a goldfish. But it's just what scientists have said. You also can use current news. You can talk about what's going on. You can just start off by saying, "Thank you. I want to thank the coordinators of this great conference. I want to thank those who put all this together, all the people who are behind the scenes. I also want to thank, you know, the staff who fed you this lunch. Come on, let's give it up for the staff who fed this lunch." And everybody says, "Yeah." So there are many different ways you can open up. You know, one of the things that I enjoy doing, and I post this one quite often too, where I'm speaking to a group of people. It's probably like maybe 600 to 700 people in the room, right? And I'm on stage, and before I begin to get into my presentation, you know, I wanted people to recall and to remember why they were there. Now, the name of that particular talk was called "What's Happening? Hope." Right? So I'll say, "What's happening?" And everybody say, "Hope." You know, by the end of the entire presentation, you know, people are walking through the halls and they're saying, "What's happening? Hope. What's happening? Hope." And so everybody they caught on to that. But I began that presentation reminding the individuals why they were there, right? Why they were sitting in this room, and why they're about to sit for the next 30 to 45 minutes listening to this bald-headed man talk about what? Love. And so I had to remind them, and so I say to them, I say, "I want you to look at your neighbor." You know, I'm a little churchy sometimes. Look at your neighbor and say, "I love you." And they weren't expecting that. So I did something that was completely unexpected in a conference. And they said, "I love you." And you can hear them laughing, "Yeah," because it felt funny to have somebody. But that's what people need to hear sometimes, you know. So can I say it? I love you. I love you. Here's what I say all the time. Leaders who lead with love never lose. It's always a win-win, and we're in it to win it. God bless you. God keep you. This is my prayer. I do that all the time, and I do it repetitively because I really do love you. Absolutely, 100% without a shadow of a doubt. We're talking on a Friday. I gotta love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love you. All my life I had to fight. My name is Darrin L. Harris. If you guys are joining us right now, whether you're joining us live or later, we're talking about creating a big opener. If you're a presenter or you want to be a presenter, I'm showing you that there's an easier way to do it. But, in order to get to the easy way, you got to understand the hard way, right? We make this thing look so easy because we work hard. Like there are certain formulas and skill sets that we teach in the owner room training, speaker training, and I want to give y'all as much as I can. But today, what we've been talking about, if you're just joining us, whether you're joining us live or later, we're talking about how important it is to create this big opener because we said in the beginning that your human attention span is getting shorter and shorter. Right? It's getting shorter and shorter. I can't wait to talk to y'all about the use of gestures. That's why you see me do some of these things, right? Because I want you to grow up, right? I want you to expand your brand and multiply your message. I can't wait to get into gestures. We're going to get into gestures. We'll probably do that on the next one. How about that? So, before I go any further and give you a quick review, of course, I want you to go to my website. I have a free ebook. Yep, a free ebook at www.darrinlharris.com. Yes, it's an ebook, but it's a free book, and I wrote it just for you. Also, I have right here, you see it. It's Living Life, Leaving Legacy, written by yours truly. You can go to Amazon, but I have a couple of copies, and if you want an autograph copy, signed copy, if you want it for yourself or you want it for someone else, I'm offering it at 50% off, which is a lot less than what you can get it on Amazon. You just have to send your request to info at darrinlharris.com. That's DARRIN lharris.com. Once again, DARRIN lharris.com. So that's info at darrinlharris.com. And so you just send your request there. Tell me who you want me to sign it to, where you want me to send it. You give me all the information. I'm going to give you the information you need so that we can get it going. All right? So we've been talking about creating a big opener before we close. And so it's really important that you get the attention of the individuals that you're talking to, right? Or you're presenting to, whether you're presenting to a group of one person, 10 people, 100, 1,000, 100,000. It doesn't matter. Like these formulas and these skill sets that I'm going to be teaching and showing you guys and sharing with you, they work all the time. And so creating that big opener is really important. So if you're just joining us, even if you're joining us live or later, I want you to go back and I want you to watch, of course, what we talked about in the beginning, because I talked about some really valuable things and you don't want to miss that. Some good stuff. I'm just trying to help you. Not only am I trying to help you, I'm trying to hope you. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris. And remember, I am your friend. And so we've been saying the big opener, you can do quotes. You can ask questions. You can tell a story, which I love to tell stories because I love story time. Even as a child, it was my favorite time of the day. Story time. Everyone loves a good story. But here's what I know. Every story must have a point, and every point must have a story. I'm teaching y'all how to be great presenters. So you won't have to work as hard as I do, because I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna show you the easy way to do it. But I like to be on my game. So I go above and beyond. But I've been doing this for a while, y'all, and I love it. I absolutely love to present. I love to present. There's no fear. There's no fear. And if you're someone, and I want you to be comfortable, because that's what I'm here to do. If you've been thinking about being a speaker, right? And if you're a leader, let me talk to my leaders, because I love to talk to leaders. Whether you are a social entrepreneur, a nonprofit leader, a faith leader, a spiritual leader, no matter what type of leader you are, here's what I know. You are going to have to present. And so if you're any of those type of leaders, I want y'all to connect with me, because I really want to help you. So not only do I teach the virtual, or we'll be doing the owner room speaker training, but I offer life coaching, executive coaching. I do group trainings. And so, of course, in this day and time, we're having to restructure and to reframe how we do a lot of what we do. But I'm trying to do it to the best of my ability because I want you to be great presenters. I don't want you to just be a good presenter. I want you to be a great presenter because communication is so important, right? Communication is so important, and having the ability to presents a lot of opportunities. Cha-ching! I guarantee you, you better believe it. Yes, it will. It will afford you a lot of opportunities. I'm telling you, you're talking about networking, becoming a speaker. A speaker, look, networking, if you want to be a great networker, be a great speaker. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be going out there and passing one business card at a time. Be a great speaker. Do YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Periscope. Just be a speaker. And look, people want to hear from people. They want to know. Look, because of your experience, you are the expert. Don't be holding all that information. Come on, give it to us. Give it to us. Come on. I'm almost done, y'all. And other things you can do in your big opener is just say thank you. Right? Say thank you to all those who put it together. And sometimes you can be really creative and just write something. Have a whiteboard and just write one word. And then you can go and you can also intertwine some of these skills that we're going to be talking about. So you can ask a question, or you can start by telling a story and then ask a question. That's done a lot in TED Talks. If you listen to any of those TED Talks, you can also give a prediction. Those are fun. I predict in 2050 that whatever. Something to get people thinking. I love the TED Talks because they always say, imagine a world where there were no oceans. Oh my God. Let me get out of here. It's Friday. I've been holding y'all too long. I love y'all so much. Yes, I do. Once again, this is Darrin L. Harris. And remember, I'm your friend. Before I go, I want to once again invite you to go to my website right here. My website, www.darrinlharris. That's DARRIN. I for individual, E for everybody else. INLHarris.com. I have a free ebook that I wrote just for you. Now, in addition to that, I have over here Living Life, Leaving Legacy. It's my book. You can get it on Amazon, or you can request an autographed, a signed copy by going to info@darrinlharris.com. That's DARRINLHarris.com. Right? I for individual, E for everybody else. I'm sorry, Darrin's with an E. I just got to, I got to tell you like it is. I for individual. It's me. It's your boy. All right, y'all. I love you. Remember, leaders who lead with love never lose. It's always a win-win, and we're in it to win it. God bless you. God keep you. This is my prayer. Y'all have a great weekend. Remember, self-care is the best care. Take care of yourself and take care of your family. Once again, happy birthday, Waterboy. You know who you are. Jordan Dukes, y'all. Naturally Organic You. So www.naturallyorganicu. Check him out. He's got some great products there. Love you guys. God bless you. God keep you. Have a great weekend.